muted. All right, it had to be right. All right, I was not realizing that. So good morning, everyone, and welcome to the morning market report. My name is OC, and I'm so glad that you guys are here. You guys are amazing. As I was saying, you guys are the salsa on my spaghetti. You guys are the taco on my belly, and you guys are just plain all amazing. What's up, guys? Welcome to a morning market report. Yeah, I was muted. A little bit of echoey here. I'm practicing with no earbuds, but we'll see how we do it. Still getting used to the new studio. Maybe when I just finish it up, I'll get you guys a little bit of a no green screen studio visit to see how we're doing today. We are very happy. Bitcoin price is just been pumping throughout the weekend. That's amazing. We still need to be a little bit careful there because it seems like we're not just yet breaking through previous highs, right, or all-time highs. We could even be forming a double top. We need to wait a little bit. We're gonna see that and much more in this next episode. So let's get started with you guys because you guys are just amazing. We have Key DGT in the house. Welcome. Great to have you. We have Harp. Oh man, today, I know it's black, you cannot see it, but today I do have my coffee and my orange juice ready to go, bro, and also a caffeine peel because I run out of the Neurogum stuff or something like that. Not a sponsor, not a recommendation. Don't do it. Consult your medic first. All right. We have week 5. What's up? Good morning, Crypto Coin Mindset. What is up, brother? Welcome, John Foster. What's up, bro? Nice to have you here. Who else we got in the chat? We have Alexander GGG. Welcome, Alexander. Good game. What's up? That's for the GG. Just so you know. All right. Who else we got in here? Crypto Mindset. What's up, my friend? Nice to have you around. XYZ0CXY. What is up? Who else we got? And I think that's all that we are right now. Quick reminder, click that like button before we get started. It really helps with the algorithm. And let's get it. Why not? All right, so let's get started first with Twitter. Because I mean, you might be seeing already that the name of the show, the title, more tweets. I don't know. It feels like when some president, I'm not gonna say who's Trump. Oh, sorry, did I just say it? Oh, sorry, man. My bad. Kind of like goes, hey, we have JR in the house. What is up, bro? Great to have you here. Nice that you are making it here. All right, but I would say that maybe he gets a little bit bored. He has too much time within his hand and a phone, and then he's got also his Twitter account back. So I don't know. It's bittersweet maybe, or what is it, man? I don't see it. Here it is. So the Kobayashi later, Trump's Memorial Day. So by the way, happy Memorial to everybody. Respect, and also guys, thanks for your service. I know I'm not from the States, but I do value military and all of the security personnel out there. And well, you guys will protect you give guys your life for your country, and that is more than respectable. By the way, guys, you're the real life GI Joes. All right, so happy Memorial Day to all, including the what I mean, you have it right there on the screen. The sandblast of yours trying to destroy our country through warped radical left minds who allowed 21 million people to illegally enter our country, many of them being criminals and mentality insane. I'm just gonna keep it as is right now. Not gonna keep reading it because we might get maybe a ban or whatever, like too many big words in here, right? Nonetheless, is it man, what is it? What are we bringing this up? Well, I would say that when you're president, and it's not that I am or I have ever been, right? But I'm just saying that you are for everyone, right? And of course, things have been wrong in the past, right? I mean, that's why at the beginning, I think you were wanting to be president because you want things to change, right? So something like this, kind of like I think goes in the open wound. And that, I don't know, it gives me kind of like, all right, he's happy Memorial Day, perfect. And then he goes all about that. Well, But you're here to fix it, right? Fix it. All right. So other than that, let's go into a little more important news. Here we got some Glassnode, and also let's get started here with Bitcoin Magazine. Just in, Bitcoin reclaims 110Ks. We'll see that in a second because I got it ready for you guys. Another one important is as May of 26, the more than or bigger than 10K BTC cohort, or I don't know how to pronunciate that, sorry about that, has provided the next distribution around 0.3, signaling a notable shift in positioning among the largest holders. Well, this is interesting. Apart from that, accumulation remains broad. That is great. That accumulation will get us farther if we are buying and holding, all right? But that doesn't mean that I'm telling you buy and hold, not maybe this the right spot. Maybe we need to either buy yesterday, which we can't, or wait for a little bit of a better positioning. But yeah, we'll see that. But leadership in shifting down the wallet size curve. Oh, well, we'll see how that plays out, how that rolls. Let me read the chat just to see if I'm missing someone here. What is it? Welcome, enjoy support. What is up? Mahant, receipt Kurinam 1. Nailed it, I guess. Welcome to Enjoy Support. Welcome, my friend. Great to keep you here around. Robert Mulligan, good morning, everyone. By the way, Piper is right now on the airport. He might be taking the plane to Las Vegas. Oh man, Las Vegas, Nevada. I mean, Bitcoin conference upcoming. I think that's gonna be a blast. I'm not gonna be there, but I'm gonna be, covering base right here. Somebody always needs to be on base to look for maybe, upcoming non-expected news or movements. So we'll see how that plays out. So let's see. Let's go over other news in here. I'm over crypto.news, and we don't have that much of I would say important news that really caught my eyes. The only thing it is just basically Zora recently rallied over 40% today. I mean, yes, it was a very big rally. Another interesting one, it is Hype Eyes 24% rally. Everything is bullish, but again, we need to be a little bit careful. So I'm not going to go into narrative of just buy, only up. At this point, we need to go first over the charts. Let's go to economical calendar before we move into the charts. And we'll see that Monday, May 26th, we don't have much in here. Just Europe, new car registrations year over year, not really nothing important. By Tuesday, we only have durable goods order month over month. I would say that maybe these three ones in here, durable goods order X, durable goods X, also maybe they might be important. They are important. Other than that, I'm not going to be following all of the calendar here. On Wednesday, we have FOMC minutes, and I would say not much really that caught my eye. Nothing that I'm really going to be keeping an eye on. Other than that, well, then it seems like since tomorrow or since today, it's going to be a little bit of a hype week, and that is because of the price of Bitcoin. So finally, let's take a look at the CME group here for the possible rate cuts. We'll see that so far, and we might be seeing these numbers maybe starting to shift as we have new news, but we'll have to wait. Although the next FOMC meeting is in 23 days. All right, so that is a long time to be there. Lunar Beach Crypto, hey, what is up, my friend? How is Las Vegas? Are you there already? Viva Las Vegas, he said. Viva. All right, buddy. Let me know. Are you up there? I do see on the private chat in there that we got that Piper showed his room. What an amazing room. Do you have yours? Can you share it? Man, I'm just dying to be there with you guys. Oh, and let me take that in, man. Cheers, by the way. If you're going to Las Vegas, you are amazing. If you're not, don't worry. Maybe we do some, I don't know, Halo, or what do you guys like? Do you like Xbox? Do you like PC? do gaming? If you do, hit me up on the Piper Academy, and maybe we can do something in the meantime. Maybe on the next upcoming weekend, we can do some tournaments or something, just to also have fun, right? We'll see. Let me work out. Maybe we can give out some something in there just to make it a little bit more interesting, and we'll see. Maybe I rematch Alex O Crypto. Alex, if you're here, bro, you know what's coming. All right, we'll see. Nice. Long ago. What is it? What is up? I'm arrived tonight. Oh, nice, buddy. I love it. All right. No met this week, probably. All right. So let's go and let's take a look at it. All right. 23 days still, which means we have almost a full month ahead. All right. So we need to be a little bit careful here. We will be seeing this number shift, I would say, significantly. I mean, maybe 20%, 30%. We'll see how that goes throughout the week, but expect these numbers to be moving so far. 425 points to 450 points for the current, basically just staying the same 94%. We'll see. Maybe, and that is based on the tweet, right? I mean, who's having some feelings like evolving in the little chest, right? I mean, who's got too much time and have a Twitter account that can move markets? I don't know. I'm just saying that maybe if somebody gets bored, might be up there with pushing some changes in here. Not that he actually can, but I mean, he can get some people's sentiments, right? So we'll see. We'll see how he plays that card up. So other than that, let's go over the charts, guys, and we'll see Bitcoin. Let's get started with that one. All right, this is Bitcoin chart. I know it's a little bit zoomed out. I mean, too much hype. Haven't we broken previous highs? Not really. I will dive in, but let's just clear this up for a minute. All right, let's see how that goes. And, oh, did we lost connection or something? We have a very sharp peak of decrease in here and back up. So guys, let me take advantage of this. Oh, we have a versus owner gang. Oh, that would be amazing. JR, bro, let me know. I mean, I have a new setup here. I don't have a controller. Maybe I get a new controller because my controller is just Xbox original PC version. So Xbox 360, right? So, oh man, that's what when I was good at Halo, when I was actually good at Halo. But maybe I get a new one. I don't know. We'll see. If you're playing, I'll definitely get a new one, bro. So let's take a look at what we got. Mike Play, what is up, bro? Hopefully you also jump into the Halo wars in there. Dylan VA, what is up? Wick's wife, what's up? Welcome, guys. All right, so let's zoom out in here. Let's see how we're doing. All right, let me give you a little bit of a review. Let's go to daily. Or let's go to the 4 days. That's gonna be much better, right? Remember what we did in here all the way to that part. Let me zoom in. Let's bring chunky candles in here. Remember that I copied these candles all the way till this high or this high. I don't quite remember. We'll see that in a second. But from this top all the way down, breakout retest, especially on the daily. We'll see that in the daily. I think that will be maybe refreshing your memory a little bit better. There we go. I copied all of these candles and I told you guys right when we were losing the dynamic reactor, right? And that was about here. That, okay, guys, I think that we're going to be seeing the same possible scenario. And what happens? It did, right? We turned back green as we broke through these areas of resistances. Remember, it's not about the breakout. It's about the retest. And off we go, right? This is something interesting. And remember that lately we've been looking at this compression on the clouds, all right? So what's up with that compression? Let's take a look at what had happened on previous compression zones. Look at this compression. Well, we fall, but we were bearish. Let's go for example, this we're bullish compression, a little bit high, and then break down. Usually when we have compression at the top, look at this compression, and then we fall back down. We start getting some we're building on some pressure, right? So while we're building on some pressure, well, it's just like a pop soda or like a soda or like a pop can, right? When you shake it, just so you know, for the nerds of you, I know that doesn't build up pressure, but let's just imagine it does, right? You shake it, you open it like once and for all, and then it bursts. Where is it burst? The upside, to the downside? That depends. Usually when you are holding your can up above and you steal it sideways, it goes down. That's why the compression, it's above, usually the price goes back down, all right? If the compression is below, well, then it's just like turning up your soda, pushing it down, and then it will gonna be starting bouncing, or sorry, bursting to the upside, all right? So just a little bit of overview on what are we expecting. Now, also, look at that we have a triple bearish divergence, all right? What is a divergence? I think that's going to be important to remember. A divergence, it is when the price action is moving the other way that your oscillator is going. Let me just get the notifications here muted for a second. There we go. Thank you guys so much for your patience, because they are going crazy on me. All right, perfect. So I got it. So in what we're having here, we're having lower highs, lower highs, lower highs on our oscillator. Maybe, can you guys see my stock? Not really. All right, got it. Sorry, can you guys see my mouse? I think you do. Perfect. We're having lower lows, lower lows, lower lows. Although we're also having higher lows in here until right now. All right. And this is the only part that I'm kind of like a little bit like putting my eyes in here to see what's going on. I mean, this eventually happens. But something interesting is that we have not yet broken through that compression zone. What is the compression zone? It is, let me just get rid of that line. Perfect. It is the clouds, all right? We have not yet broke out of the clouds, so we could still have one more move to the upside and basically get the compression going. So basically, if we do something like that and then we create another bearish divergence, usually it's because the price action is going to go higher and then retrace back down, right? When we have the big retracement, remember I'm waiting for a retracement to dynamic reactor or to the next big support. In this case, it is the median of this megaphone that we have. All right, so basically when we have that, we can say that the bearish divergence have already played out. Or if we have a huge movement and then we start ranging, well, then we say that the bearish divergence could be invalidated. Nonetheless, so far, the bearish divergence, it's in there and we should not be ignoring it. Am I telling you to short? No. I'm not telling you to short. I'm just telling you to be cautious in the market at this point, all right? So one more thing, let's go to a lower time frame. Let's see how that plays out. Let's see a little bit zoom in and maybe start planning for a possible entry. We have Frank the Tank in the house, Trading Tuition. What is up, bro? Welcome. Nice to have you around, my friend. Are you going to Las Vegas? Trading Tuition, let me know, brother. Maybe if you are, that would be amazing. I would not be there, so sorry, but we'll see. Hopefully you can. So let's see. Let me bring this up. In the 4 hours, the story is slightly bit different, and that is because we had a flip of the ribbon. Something that I'm not liking at all right? And let me go maybe to another cleaner chart. Let me see if I have a cleaner chart. There we go. It's not cleaner, but here's where we can start seeing the blue candles that I was expecting here, all right? The blue candles basically playing out right down here, and then right now getting to our reversal zones. Remember that these reversal zones, all right, are based on this area or this area right here on the previous blue candles, basically this, all right? Basically that. I mean, I don't want to squeeze them in, but that is it, right? So I'm expecting to have that roll back down. We did have it right here, right? We're going back up. Look at the compression we have talked about. Let's go back to the 4 hours. I think we can see this a little bit closer. And right here, let me just get rid of this, and we see that if we reverse right now, if we have a rejection, which so far doesn't seem like it just now, maybe one or two more candles, we could have that flip of the ribbon. Well, then we're going to be creating a lower high. Well, is that bad? Not just now. Not just now. Why? Because look at where we have our last peak up, our meaningful low, all right, our meaningful other low, and we haven't had, or at least we haven't put in a lower low. I mean, heck, We haven't even put in a lower high in here, all right? So I'm just trying to prevent for the possible bearishness. I mean, we have a lot of bulls, a lot of hype, a lot of like, let's buy it thing, right? A lot of FOMO. And well, we need to be careful. Why? Because this will be an amazing zone when we get, you know, the short end of the stick if you buy it right there. I would say rather wait or give it a little minute in here. Let's just wait throughout today, right? Today, Monday. Let's see how that plays out. If it goes down, maybe you can start looking for a possible entry if you see flip of the ribbon up in here, all right? I think that would be a good strategy. Another one, we can maybe start waiting for the breakout retest. If we have a breakout, it's going to be a big AF breakout that we want to be taking this zone. And what happens then? Well, then we measure our movement. Remember, we already have learned that. So what are we measuring? Half of that movement and 1/3 of the movement. And look at that, coincides with this area right here. All right, so what happens in here? And let me get rid of this already. All right, that's it. Perfect. Well, we start looking for a possible reentry continuation. All right, so that's what I got for Bitcoin. Let's go and maybe take a look at another cleaner chart so we can start looking for possible entries, which we already have. All right, I'm not going to be changing this one. Yeah, I think we can get rid of this one, or even let's just give it a minute to see if this is an important chart. Yeah, let's do it in here. All right, let's get rid of everything that we have. We are on a very, very nice uptrend. I mean, I think nobody can deny this. Look at that beautiful trend line. I mean, it can even make it much, much tighter. All right. And let's lock it. Why not? Let's lock that trend line. All right, perfect. We have the trend line, which we don't really need because we have dynamic reactor here, all right? But what's going on? I can actually right-click, clone it, and then pushing it to the upside. Oh, come on, it actually clones locked. That is a new for me, all right? Didn't know that. And then I just need to slightly adjust it, maybe like that, I would say. And yeah, I think this is gonna be it. Perfect. So let me right click again, lock it, and we have a channel. I mean, there's nothing new into it. Retro Mike, take what's up, bro? Welcome. So what we have here basically is going to be our next target. How do we plan for entries? Well, then we're going to be looking for not losing the support. All right, let's get started by working on that. So your next entry is going to be easy peasy on your support area as we have flip of the ribbon to the upside like that, or as we have flip of the ribbon again to the upside like that, right? I mean, you can go and short it if you can, all right? I'm not sending you short it to where we have, or if we have this reversed, all right? Again, I'm not setting up a short position right now because we don't see, or at least I don't see an actual resistance that is applying or acting upon this area. Yes, we have a reaction zone here, all right? But it's a little bit up there, which indicates that maybe we can go higher and then retrace, which in that case, we will be making an in pattern, and guess where is the neckline? Again, throughout or along the trend line support, all right? So that's why it's very important to have that support line in there. Not only that, that trend line. Let's take a look at where else do we have, or what else do we have? Well, big area of supporting here. Not really well. Coexisting with dynamic reactor. Again, if we go low and we lose this the trend line here, this is your next area of entry for breakout retest. I would say maybe a fake out, all right? We don't know just yet until that plays out. I mean, heck, I don't even know if we're reversing, but we're planning for our possible worst case scenario and our best possible entry. Let's bring up our order blocks. All right, this is what I don't like about right now, Monday price. All right, everything is just a little bit meh, right? Why? We're kind of ranging. We do have, or we do see a double bottom here. We don't see, well, a big body candle to the neckline. That's it, right? Breakout retest, maybe enough. We go to a soft. All right, soft. Come on, buddy. Highly 89% bearish. But if we go downwards in here to our support line, again, a soft support of 83% bull. So let's just say both bears and bulls right now are just waking up, all right? So they don't know, they don't even know what they're gonna be pushing the price to. But as long as we keep ourselves within this range, I would say that we are good to go. Look at what happened with this ranging here, right? We slightly range upward in here, and we make a very nice movement to the upside, all right? We corrected over time and not overpriced, all right? So something along the lines I want to see in here, just to keep the momentum going. If I start losing my trend line, and let's add an alert onto that trend line, all right, we need to be very, very careful, because now we're talking about the big areas of support. All right, so why would support be bad? Well, it's not that it's bad, but it's just so far down, all right, that maybe we could be even below the dynamic reactor, and that will be a problem, all right? That will be an issue. Why? Because look at last time that we were below dynamic reactor. I mean, below, woo, below, fake out, still below, right? Until we broke above, we hold it for one, or for at least more than 2 bounces or 3 bounces, then we took off. Not only that, remember, the positioning of where the bulk of your oscillator is at, depending on your zero line, right? So basically everything is bunching up. Well, then that gives you that upwards momentum. Nonetheless, so just short story long, we don't want to get below the dynamic reactor, at least not right now, all right? We want to keep pushing, or at least ranging for a little bit. In the meantime, we get more people to migrate from this loud order block to this soft order block, all right? We want to see that migration of price action so we can get a stronger area here. I believe that this is gonna happen between today and tomorrow. So be patient, give it some time. Let's go even to the 50 minutes and see what's going on, and then we'll do just a couple of overview on altcoins, all right? Let me clear this up. Perfect. Let's go, I would say, to the 15 minutes. All right, 15 minutes. Are we long or are we short, guys? Seems like a rounded top. Oh, what is this? I don't have no idea. So it seems like a rounded top. We are into a soft order block. I would say that at this point, we can apply our little trick in here, which is grabbing the box, then measuring this thing from the top to the bottom, measuring the what? The half, and then 1/3. And look at that, at the 1/3, we also have a blue predictive range, soft order block, right below and right above another soft order block. All of those highly bearish, or a little bit more bearish. Guys, this is the thing with order blocks. They are also have a bullish part, all right? So being below the price action, it is support. Guys, just read those order blocks as support and resistance. The power up of the order blocks is that they are magnetic, all right? And we could be expecting a bing bong action. What do I mean with that? Bing, bong, until, well, if we're bouncing up, until the bullishness retraces a little bit, right? Which every single bounce, the bullishness and the bearishness, they retrace a little bit, right? So since we are more bearish than bullish, how many touches is it gonna hold before the bullishness is over? And then we go back up, all right? So sorry, go back down in here. So just a little bit of an overview on how to read the order blocks. So we need to be careful in here unless we see migration on this bullish scenario into this bullish order block, all right? So remember, another power up or description of order blocks, it is that reflects people's sentiment. What does that mean? This is real people placing orders as we speak, all right? If I just regret, well, then I can cancel my order because that is an order. It is not a place position. It is not that the market has already taken that exchange of value, all right? What a great coffee. juice. So let's take advantage, by the way, and let's go because I have something serious to tell you guys. All right, let's move in here. All right, let's go. You and I, let's go to a solo cam. All right. First of all, we need to be patient in the markets. All right. Second of all, you need to try coffee and oranges. Seriously. All right. And if you don't like it, let me know. I'll take it. I'll take it. But if you like it, you need to help me out to bring it up into the Piper Academy. I know Piper is going to be mad at this. Brother, hopefully you have a great send trip because when you get to the Vegas, all right, I will see you screaming at your phone. I bet he's going to be doing that. I love you, my friend. I love you all, guys. All right, let's go back to the charts. All right, let's see here. So as you can see, we're aiming for half of a movement for a possible re-entry and a third of the movement for the next re-entry. Something interesting is that we have dynamic reactor coming in strong here, right? So again, if we are able to hold dynamic reactor, which also have a soft order block for now, all right, and we have the flip of the ribbon at support, possible entry here. Be careful because this could be either breakout, retest. How do you know? Well, then you know it. Let me explain because it's getting too spaghetti-ish, all right? So let's go for our range, all right? We know we have, let's go use another boxing here. Our third, it's in here. So it's right below the range, all right? Depending on how many bing bongs or ranging scenario we have in here, right? We could be expecting dynamic reactor to come in closer. Important. I would say that when this happens, this is your long entry. Careful, long entry. This is a range. And remember, on ranges, we sell the top, we buy the bottom, and we hedge it. All right? Important part when we're breaking ranges. You want your oscillator to be above the zero line, above. It doesn't matter if you have some spikes down. Let me show you. Let me give you an example. Here is a beautiful example. Let me see. Can I escape it? Yeah, perfect. Look at this ranging here. All right? This range. Now, let's measure the boundaries of the ranges. Where are my horizontal lines? Somebody took it. There we go. 1 and 2. What's going on in here? Where is my ribbon along the way? Is it above or is it below my zero line? Right? And what happens when the dynamic reactor gets closer? Well, a little caveat because we already have the breakout. All right? This is a very dramatic pump and dump. All right? So, flip of the ribbon, break to retest, your entry, off we go, right? Or your entry as we break through the zero line, right? Or your entry at the breakout. Oh, no entry just now. Why? Because what's going on in here in this candle? We are also breaking through the zero line. Where was your entry? At the flip of the ribbon. And this is the part that I wanted to show you. This itty bitty nipple in here, right? Let me clear this up. This one here. It's okay if you have a fake out, as long as you don't lose your range. If you're losing your range, that's where we need to be a little bit careful. Let's go and watch that scenario because that's where I told you that we're gonna be visiting. All right, what happens if we lose? Like for example, right now, let's just say that today we lose the range, and we're losing our zero line. All right, hold it. Look at what's going on in here. What we have in here, we have a blue line. Not only that, we have an order block in here. We have dynamic reactor coming in strong. You see the high confluence zone? I would say it does, or it is, right? So we're looking for the flip of the ribbon, either here or slightly above. It doesn't matter. Just look for that flip of the ribbon. Usually that happens when we're getting close to a support, all right? So flip of the ribbon at your support, you long it. Maybe you front run it for a little bit, all right? So you will need to be very cautious in here. So long position. Your stop loss right below your order block because that's where your meaningful low areas here are. And then you give yourself a wiggle room. Maybe a little bit more because we have bigger wicks in here. No, I think this is it. That's gonna be it, all right? What's going to happen here You're already long in here, and you're going to bounce at the bottom of the range. TP number one. This is gonna be maybe cents. Right? Well, a couple of dollars, right? Depending on your position, I don't know, $20, couple of cents to the box, whatever. It doesn't matter. That's not the purpose here, right? I mean, at the end of it all, you're gonna be taking pennies if you have a couple of dollars in there, which is fine. You're making profits, all right? So what happens in here? I will be leaving my stop. Where is it? All right, because if this goes low, I'm gonna be maybe considering either, and this is the important part, when I reject, I will be looking at my oscillator. If I'm doing this, all right, let me show you. If I'm doing this below my range, I'm out of my long, and that's why I took my early profits in here, not to actually make profits, but for covering me for this possible close my long in a losing position. All right, so my gains are gonna cover my losses in here. Again, couple of cents. All right, if I see flip of the ribbon and create a high, all right, I'm back in with the long, whatever that happens, when I see reversal, all right, and then I go. But if I don't see this higher low, all right, or if I see this in here, look at that. Let me make this work because it's a little messy, all right. There we go. Maybe flip of the ribbon. There we go. If I see that I have the retracement above my zero line and it's very close to this area, I will be keeping my long because this is going to go like this. Look at what happened here. You see that? So if I have the same pattern, I'm going to be longing this part again. All right, I think that's it. Let's go and take a look at a couple of other altcoins part. So let's get started with Ethereum. So about this, guys, let's see. All right, Ethereum rejecting, not a surprise. Bouncing off dynamic reactor, almost a flip of the ribbon. You know what? I'm gonna be giving a long position in here. Let's go, JR. Let me know what do you feel about this position, my friend? I see that you have your own channel. You are killing it, bro. Let me know. What do you feel about this position? Are you also looking at possible longs on Ethereum? I'm only longing Ethereum at this point because I believe that we could have a dead cat bounce, or maybe we can have a little bit of a pattern playing out, because this is not looking that great, but my strategy is telling me, hey, you're a support, all right? So here's the thing, guys. I'm going to be calling a long position, all right? Wait. Now that we haven't just yet entry, let's take advantage of that, all right? Let's move that. Let's just give it a couple of more minutes. And I'm going to be looking for that flip of the ribbon, right? Maybe I can even cut it in here, all right? We'll see. But so far, you know what? Let's execute it right now. I will only be able to execute it as soon as the class is over. So you'll see maybe this call out playing out higher or lower depending on where I'm able to grab it, all right? So far in here, there is a real chance that we break and we go all the way down here. In this case, this is gonna be my next entry for a long, all right? But so far, we are on a downtrend. So why am I longing it? Because look at this line in here and look at this other line in here, all right? I might be able to be catching the bounce, all right? Yes, I know it looks like that. Let's even add a little bit more of that wiggle room. This is gonna be 1/2 of a position, all right? Let me add an alert into this area here. Add an alert, create, perfect. And I have dynamic reactor, blue line, almost there with a flip of the ribbon, all right? This is dangerous. I'm front running this and I'm not supposed to, right? But I believe that we could be having something like this, not a bullish divergence, a kind of like a slow moving upwards. The only issue with that slow reversal, look at the candle wick. What happens if that I get there? Well, I'm you know what I'm gonna be having there. I'm gonna get a stop loss, all right, stopped out. That's fine. That's what I'm going with one half of a position, all right, perfect. I'm still, how bullish am I? Consolidation score 7, almost about to break, all right, very close. Prime score 4, neutral or very close to neutral. I'm still bullish on candles, all right, and I'm betting that maybe I can get a dead cat bounce or at least an inverted head and shoulders in here, all right. And that is because of the momentum that we have on Bitcoin. So far, if that does not plays out, if I get stopped out, I'm gonna go in short the next bounce to then long my next entry here. All right, I'm actually gonna be adding another area of support right there, a long position somewhere around here. This is not an open position. This is only preparing me to know what am I gonna be expecting up next. All right. I will not be adding another half of a position, and that is because Bitcoin could also is ranging. It could also be making either a fake out or a break range to a downside. Let's see, JR, last 24 hours drive, but with enough. All right, I get, yeah. British Columbia, what was grow? I don't think that we are into the same trade, maybe. All right, maybe because of the latency of the show. All right, let's go take a look at Litecoin here. Litecoin doing fantastic. Same deal. I mean, something that I don't like it is that we have this trend line. We're breaking the trend line. If we do this other trend line in here, well, it seems like we're not breaking the trend line and it's very, very far away. Remember, when we have these kind of movements, I like to bring up my Gauss trend. My my Gauss trend crossing here. That gives me a parabolic movement and then a tangent, which I use as a trend line. We're losing that trend line. All right. If we do this, I think we're doomed. So a lower high, lower low, all right? So this could be a short position. So the first thing I'm gonna be doing is going over this, adding an alert in here, then maybe going for a long somewhere around here. I know this is the same dangerous area that we talked about before. I'm trying to catch the dead cat bounce, all right? And then on that dead cat bounce, short position somewhere around here, we still don't know, right? And then aiming to previous highs. I'm gonna go for this ones, add myself a wiggle room, and that's gonna be for Litecoin. We're still holding the zero line in here, so maybe this low could be a higher, just to create another wave in there. Hopefully, I still don't think so, but until I don't break the zero line, I'm still bullish, all right? So that's what I got. Why? Poor OC? Why? What are we talking, Harp? Oh, man. Let me see. What's... I'm just out of context in here. All right. Give you an explanation there, Harp. I also wanted to look at what is the joke about. BNB not looking good. Not looking good. All right. We have a breakout. We're ranging. We almost have the flip of the ribbon here. Add support. Well, if we have this, maybe this could be a good area of short. So I think this is going to be my first possible entry right there for a short position. Let's go shorty here. We'll see how that plays out. Again, guys, this is on right now 15 minutes movement, all right? Throughout the day, this is gonna change, all right? If I see the target change, if I see the structure change, I'm gonna be reacting the other way around. So let me just get it somewhere around here in case we can get it. All right, so we are almost out of time. Let's leave it as is, guys. I also need to go to Chart Prime to have the class. If you guys have Chart Prime, come and join me into the class. Most likely, we're gonna have also the continuation of altcoins. It's also gonna be a little bit of a touch on a couple of what's going on the market, and maybe a couple of altcoins. We'll also review the crypto bubbles. So, guys, other than that, let's go to SoloCam. Other than that, guys, thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate you guys sticking around in the chat. Also, let's make that competition, Halo competition, JR. I think that'll be great. Crypto battle. Hey, hello all. Hey, what's up, bro? Welcome. All right. I'm short grass and cake. Nice. All right. Great. All right. So, guys, thank you so much for joining. Remember to click that like button. It really helps with the algorithm. Remember that here in the Piper Academy, in the morning show, clicking the like button give you a special power up. And today's power up is going to be, well, guess what? Hot sale. Maybe you're gonna get the next hot sale sell off. So just so you know, I just did, and I got a freaking amazing deal on a brand new AC that was almost half of the way, half of the price of retail. So guys, click a like, and maybe you can go take a look at if there's any hot sale deals or something like that. Man, it's driving me crazy because I'm so happy. Today was so hot, and just so you know, we are at 30 degrees Celsius right now at 8 in the morning. So give it a look. So I'm just enjoying right now the coolest air possible. Guys, thank you so much for joining. And as always, see you guys tomorrow.
Front with dead on. We'll find out the way to keep going, cause we gon' keep on rolling out the wheels flow low. I know you hungry for knowledge, that's proper appetite. Classes in session, this for the Army Piper act right. Trade flag at the soul, train ready. What a line promotes the eye, form a Mexican spaghetti. Yo, crunch system with a deep dive to reject time. And if you like the visual powered by Car Prime, then you won't call that numb, nah, that's all fine. But if you have steps, fall back to offline. We'll keep that front line covered, even when we're dead on. We'll find out the way to keep going, cause we gon' keep on rolling out the wheels flow low. The ZTS Alexander.